Hey, this is Dennis with Florida Insurance Inspections, and we're here in Davie, Florida. We're about to do a full home inspection, a wind mitigation, a 4-point inspection, and a citizen's roof certification inspection. So let's get started. All right, so my process starts by, I start the appliances, and then I start on the outside. So we're gonna start the dishwasher and the clothes washer. So you open it, close the soap dish, close it, and just turn on normal wash, let it go. It takes like about 50 minutes. So by the time we're done, it should run through a cycle. So I just get these going. I run the cycle on the washer, and then when I come back to check the washer, I'll just check to make sure the dryer works. Check, see if the garage door works. And we can check the safety features on the garage door. So I'm gonna be quick. I'm gonna close the garage door and then try to go under the garage to see if the safety features work. All right, so the safety features work. All right, now I'm gonna start on the outside like I would on any other inspection with the exterior photos. So I'll get a front, showing the whole elevation. And I'm just going to look at the entire house holistically. Notice the driveway, some cracking, a little degradation. It could be sealed, but it doesn't look like it's bad. I noticed the rust on the flashing at the front, so that should be repaired. I'm gonna come in here and take a picture of the garage door for wind mitigation purposes. This is a newer garage door. This label actually tells you that's large missile impact rated. And I know they have the panels here, so I'll just take a picture of these panels. And then you can see that they're Miami-Dade approved, so those panels will work. Now let's, yeah, for wind so far. So check the front patio, front walkway, notice there's a crack. I'll note that in the report, repair. Now the front door, you remember the year built on this? 89. Okay, so this was built before the hurricane codes went into effect. So this is a non-impact rated door. So I would recommend to our client here to either change the door or have panels installed on the door.
As in accordions?
Accordions, panels, they make fabric, you can get an impact rated door, any of the options. The doorbell, that's me, sorry. So just note the doorbell's functional. Look at the windows. See, this window has no hardware for your panels.
Right.
So there's panels, but no hardware thus far. We know there's a pool. So for pool barriers, the gate has to open away from the pool and be self-closing. This one's self-closing, but doesn't open away from the pool. So we'll just note that in the report. Let me take a picture of it. All right, so I'm still focusing on the structure. I see some peeling up there on the faux. What's back here? This is the pool. Here's the AC right here, so let's look at that. 2013. It's fairly new. There's some open wiring over here, which is unsafe. So first we're going to look at the pool before we turn the pump on. It looks like there's some disconnected terminals there. You see that?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to call this not functional. Probably recommend replacement based on its age. But the cover is still there. All right, so the AC is nice. It's strapped to the ground. It's level. It's on a pad, just the way we like it. We're going to continue looking at the structure, look at the patio. So you got some sunken pavers. Sticking up pavers. This thick stucco. This is wood frame here. All right, so we'll take a picture of the pool, the rear elevation. I noticed some rot, some water intrusion there. Check the hose bed. It's functional. All right, let's start looking at the surface of the pool. All right, so the deck seems slip resistant. It looks mostly sloped away from the pool with drains for irrigation. Okay, so it won't like go up against the foundation. This pool's a little cloudy.
Yeah, the guy just came here yesterday.
What do you do, shock it?
Yeah.
Has this been a vacant house?
No, but whoever took care of it before didn't do anything.
All right, so we'll say the water balance is not good. The water chemistry. Let me check the skimmer. This is your skimmer basket. You should clean it every day. Stick your hands in here as a common area for cracks. Feels okay. Look for the weir. Okay, so there's no weir door on the skimmer, which we learned about the other day. Keeps the large particles out when the suction's not on. So he's got the skimmer basket, the weir. It's hard to actually inspect the pool with the cloudiness of it. So I'm gonna walk around a couple times and see if I can notice any deficiencies. The one thing I noticed is there's no weir. That's a door that goes. This is the skimmer, and this right here, this opening here, that's the weir, and there's a door that goes inside there. So when the suction is on,
It's flowing in.
it allows water to flow in, and then when the suction is off, it stops. There's a light. And you have your hose there, so if you need to refill it. You have your inlets where the water comes out. I mean, the coping seems solid.
Yeah.
The tile, it looks like it's recently
Fairly new diamond bright, right?
fairly new diamond bright. Yeah, it's just the pool chemistry is shot.
Yeah.
All right, so let's turn on the equipment and see how it works, how it looks.
White part right here, problem? Foundation-wise, or?
That's probably a piece of wood. Yeah, that should be fixed.
Okay.
Yeah, it's normal, but it's age.
Fixed.
It's either water intrusion or termite or a little bit of both. But the house needs to be caulked, all the wood rot repaired. And when I get on the roof, we'll check the roof. Do you know how old the roof is?
Yeah, it was repaired right after Wilma, 10 years.
Just repaired?
No, we're fully replaced.
Oh, so it should be good to go.
Yeah.
All right. No, I looked up the permits. All right, so right here is the main water shutoff to the house. Right here. This shuts the whole water off to the house. This, I think, is his like makeshift sprinkler setup. So I'm going to manually turn this on. All right, so we got a leak here. First thing we look for is leaks. You got a leak there. You got some sort of.
PVC painted brown, right?
Yeah.
That's not copper.
No. It's good to paint your PVC. This is for the hot tub to make the bubbles. Let me have a look at this pump. So there's your pump. It's functional. Looks pretty good. Open wiring down by the pump. I don't see where the bond wire. Here it is. All this stuff should be grounded. That should be grounded. And then these wires should be connected to the ground. It's called bonded to the ground. So this should be bonded to.
All of these should be going to one.
All these should be bonded under the ground all the way to the pool, and it should be bonded to the rebar inside the pool. If there's a spark or a malfunction in one of the electrical equipment, the stream of the electricity will take the least path of resistance, the path of least resistance, which will be the copper bonding wire. And it'll go straight to the next unit, into the earth. You know what I mean? Rather than this thing becomes electrified. In worst case scenario, the pool can become electrified. So these bonding wires are key. I mean, unless there's a bond inside this case, which usually isn't, usually it's screwed like right there. I just don't see this one being bonded. Here we have our filter, which filters out the large debris. And this is a cartridge filter. Yeah, you just pull it out and wash it. And this relieves pressure from the system, pressure release. And this is your pressure gauge, which is at 0. So basically, after you have your pool serviced, after you have the filter changed, you want it somewhere around 15, the filter. And then this thing is the spa or what? Let me look at this. It looks like a gas heater. Yeah, I don't think this thing works. So either way, you need a pool guy out here. Put a pad down. Bolt down the pump. Bolt down the filter. Clean the filter. Take care of that leak. You want to paint the rest of the PVC that's not painted because it's susceptible to UV rays, so it'll degrade quicker. And then make sure everything is bonded to ground correctly. That way there's no safety issues. And then for the gate, it is what it is. It's just a safety recommendation. Okay. The barrier is the gate is supposed to swing out and be self-closing. Okay. You know what? I still have the pump on, right? Yeah, pump's still on. Let me check the function of the, and then this should be sucking. Yeah, so you got good suction. The jets are all functional. I'd say your heater's a hot mess. I'll replace that thing. I'm scared to touch it. And then the rest of the deck and the actual pool, from what I can see, looks good. Okay. Looks good. I can't even see the drain, so I can't comment on the drain. The drain's it should be here. Whatever that white thing is, that's probably your drain. So I'm going to recommend having the pool brought to a healthy balance, all the recommendations for the equipment, and then are you going to maintain it yourself?
No.
Then have the pool guy take it from there.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my buddy owns the pool service.
Exactly.
Take care of all of it.
Exactly. All right, I'm going to grab my ladder so we can check the roof out. All right, so we have a flat concrete tile roof, functional condition. So far, a few little minor deficiencies, nothing major. We're going to walk the field. You notice there's a skylight, so we'll check the skylight to see if it is an impact rated skylight or not. No label, unable to verify. So that's something that you'd have to go back to the roofer. All right, so this window obviously had issues. You see all the caulk around the window? Yeah. Crack tile there. So that man that just walked by and whispered to me was the pest control inspector. And he said that there was no evidence of wood destroying organisms. So he's going to write a clear WDO report and leave it for him, which he'll need for the bank to close on the property. All right, so we start in the garage. All right, so I'll just leave this here. There's no attic in here, right? I just start by getting pictures of the garage. We already looked at the garage opener, which is functional, has the safety features, appears to be new. It's hurricane rated. We saw the hurricane panels. Huh?
Is this just drywall that they put right here?
Yeah. Yep. Here's the tankless heater.
That thing's pretty cool now.
All right, so I'm going to take a picture of the cover on, cover off. Where's your meter, on the other side? This right here is the main service entrance. And he's got a 150 amp service. I believe it's an underground service entrance. It appears to be grounded, but I can't see the grounding rod because of all the mulch. So I will remove this cover, have a look inside. That should be its grounding wire right here, down into there, into the ground. So that should be connected to some sort of pipe. It should be really into a rod into the ground, but this is always boring and monotonous until the first time you get really shocked. And you're like, whoa, this is dangerous. What am I doing? So never do this when you're standing in water, or if you're looking at the panel and if you already see like black spots around it, don't just go trying to open the cover. There's electrical testers where you can actually test to see if this cover is hot. It should never be hot. So this one looks clean, safe, functional, circa 1988, whatever. Just might as well look at the rest of the structure here. Is that your extra tile?
Yeah.
It's piled up like that? That's going to be your AC drain. So you might want to put a little thing to route it away from the structure.
And then caulk around that too.
You can put foam or caulk, whatever. That's a clean out. If you get a leak or something, you have it snaked. All right, so back to this panel. Another tool we have is the Receptacle Tester, which is bundled in together with everything else here. Let me check this panel out. Okay, so Challenger. My first comments are that it's covered in spackle, right? So anything covered in another substance could void the manufacturer's warranty. So if I was a building code inspector, I wouldn't pass this.
Now, why would they do that? Half-assed, lazy?
Because they paint it and they leave the cover off when they build it. Second note is these open wires here. They should at least have wire nuts on them for whatever they do. Even though you have tandem poles, you have one in each. This one has two in each. So other than that, it's functional. Requires maintenance and or replacement. Just looking at the floors and windows a little bit. Checking outlets, checking doors. Floor looks pretty good. The washing machine appears to have ran its cycle. Take a picture of this for the 4-point. Now turn the dryer on. Start. Appears to be functional. Now what I'm going to do is look for the dryer vent, which is stuffed down in here somewhere. I can't really tell where it's going. Can't really see it. Let's check this bathroom out. The ceiling. Got the vent there, seems functional. I'll flush it. Look at the piping. I'll give it a little like a little movement, see if it moves, if it's set correctly. That one seems to be set good. I'm gonna look under the sink. Plumbing looks clean down here. for the most part. And then I'm going to check this receptacle here. Once I find my receptacle tester, here it is, right next to my mic. Okay, so the receptacle tester is functional, but this should be on a GFI since it's in the bathroom. So we will note that in the report as an upgrade. Now let's move into the general kitchen / living area. So start taking pictures in here. Okay, so I'm going to start testing the receptacles in the kitchen. Make sure they're all functional. Maybe recommend some GFIs, like I did in the bathroom. Okay, dishwasher appears to be functional. I'll check under the sink. See if they have a disposal. Have a disposal, check that. Functional. Now, check the plumbing under the sink. Whoa, look at that, all the way back there. Yowzers. So they definitely made some modifications. Appears to be in functional condition. Now we will have a look at the microwave. Okay, fan, functional, light. Oops, no light. So we'll make a little remark about the light, which is typically just a bulb or something. So it seems to work. Then we'll turn on the stovetop, see if this works. Bake, bake, this time. Ding, 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 these are all hot. Bake up, 350. Give that a minute. Remind me to turn it off. Check the fridge. Nice cold water. You can't have any. Nice freezer. Ice. Ice works. Water works. Okay. Now I'm going to check the, I already checked the receptacles. Now I'm going to go through and check the cabinets. Notice that one sticks and it's chipping a little bit. So we'll note that in the report. Now, see if the oven is hot. Ouch, burning. Keep going, keep checking. Okay. I'm always looking at the floor too. Always looking at the floor and the ceiling, making sure there's no leaks, any chip tile. Check all the doors. I don't really check the blinds. It's not part of a home inspection. Lights, lights, lights. Okay, beautiful. Let's see what's going on in this room real quick. Take a picture. Check the lights. All right, what I'll do is I'll take my camera and look at the ceiling. Look for any leaks, inefficiencies. Okay, look at the flooring a little bit. Flooring looks nice and new. Engineered wood flooring. Now I'll take a picture of it. I'll take a picture of the marble tile too. Okay, then I'll get my receptacle tester and I will test a representative number of receptacles. Let me check this door real quick. Functional condition. Then I will check the receptacles. Ah, look at that. We'll note there's a broken plate. Must fix ASAP. That could be connected to this switch here. This one's functional. This one's functional. Right? Yep. Okay, bathroom portion. Okay, again, no GFI. GFIs are an important safety measure, so we recommend those for all bathrooms. Check the water, hot water. We check the stoppers. You see the stoppers? We check those. We report on those. All right, so look under the sink. All appears to be copper and PVC in functional condition. Look under here. Same copper PVC functional condition. Next, we're going to move into this little section here. I believe this is the water closet where the toilet is. Check the light. Give it a little nudge. Flush. Now sometimes you go to turn a sink on, it doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? Well, there's valves under the sinks. Okay, so the valves here are shut-off valves. You see that? Okay, so that valve will shut off the water to whatever supply it is, hot or cold. Now, if you go to turn on the water up here and it doesn't go on, it could be that the valve is off. Now, home inspectors are not required to operate valves. I, in fact, recommend that they never do operate valves in case there's a leak. A lot of times the valves are off because there's a leak. So if the homeowner or the realtor tries to pressure you into operating valves, just say, I'll watch you do it, okay? So you can avoid operating valves. I recommend that. All right, check the shower. So far, everything looks clean, man.
Yeah.
Just upgrades, like GFIs and all the bathrooms and kitchens. And what's your plans? Do you plan on upgrading the house, or?
Kitchen, no, I'll leave alone. Bathrooms, I'm gonna upgrade.
I would throw GFI outlets in the kitchen too.
All right.
All this shit seems functional. I see a little bit of silicone in the corner over there.
Mm-hmm.
Just monitor that.
Okay.
Floor looks good. Let's start heading upstairs. We're gonna check the stairs out a little bit. These feel solid. Feel solid.
This is a bathroom fixture, ain't it?
Test. All right, here's your thermostat, electronic. I'll set it a little lower so we can actually test the temperature. Here's the air handler. This is the inside part of the system. The outside part we saw out by the pool components. Here's the information on it. It's got the model number and the manufacturing date. So the model number will give you the size in a number denominated by 12. So this one is a 48. So it's a 4-ton system, and it was manufactured in 2013. I want to see how the access to the, oh, there's no filter. So I can just look up closely and see what the condition of the inside fins are like. Yeah, so this needs, so this is for the draining. I mean, it doesn't seem to be having water issues. It just doesn't have a filter, and it's oh, here's a filter. Why is it out? Has a filter now, but it didn't have a filter for a minute. Anyway, functional condition on that one. Let's check the rooms. Knock, knock. Inspector. It's a bathroom. So I'm going to go ahead and get a picture of the bathroom. I can go in here, check the water, check the stopper, look underneath, look at the pipes, see if there's any leaks. This is an actual improper device to use as a trap. It's being a little Ramon style picky, but it's noteworthy nonetheless. Let's see what else. We got some drawers in here. So the second floor is a wood truss system. It's not on a concrete slab, right? So there's going to be a little bounce. It's good to have the wood floor with the bounce because it's flexible and all that. But on the tile, any little bounce that moves the grout and it cracks the tile. So if you come over here and you look closely, you can see little cracks in the tile and probably areas of missing grout. You see that little crack? And over time, this whole floor will have cracks in it and need to be replaced. Check the shower. Check the surround. Looks clean. There's no chipping, no corrosion. Functional. A little drip back here. It's noteworthy, but it's not something that you really, it's not something I'll bring up in the summary, let's put it that way, to the homeowner. I will put it in the report, but I won't say, oh, hey, your shower thingy has a little leak in the doohickey in the back of it. It's just not really that noteworthy. So this thing looks outdated. I'm gonna recommend, the other one was not functional, so I'll recommend changing the batteries or updating those, and I'll recommend all new smoke detectors in every room as a safety precaution. So the wood floor looks good. Turn the lights on. Shut the closet door. Check the ceiling for any blemishes. There's just typical blemishes. I mean, I can take a picture just to show that there's typical blemishes. Sometimes they want to know, hey, what the hell is this? This window, if you can see, I noticed there was issues on this window from the outside on the roof. And if you can see the silicone lined up all the way around, they must have had water issues at some point in this window. So I will probably say the windows are functional, but near the end of their useful life. Budget for replacement. Closet works. Closet here. Functional. Bedroom here. Looks nice. Take pictures. Got the hardwood flooring. It looks engineered. I'll test another window just to prove my analysis of. See this hardware, I don't even trust it. It's loose. Hardware is different. See? Come note the different hardware. See that one and look at the other one. Look at this one. So this window has the same handles. I'm really afraid to test these windows because the first one I tested was like, not bad, not bad. Okay. Test one more outlet, and then we hit the attic, my friend. All right, entering the attic. Yay, a light. All right, so we have the ductwork, a little nasty. See all these missed nails? That's not really good.
What do we see?
A lot of everything. Just getting started.
On the roof.
Nah, if there's a leak, I'll find it. With all this rain that we had the last couple of months, that, my friend, is improperly installed roof-to-wall connection. All right, so now I'm just looking. Ooh. All right, so this is the stamp I was telling you about. rather than, sometimes I have this little ruler where I take a measurement of the roof deck. I'll just go like this and take a picture of that. Half-inch roof deck. Now we're looking for missed nails for our wind mitigation. See, there should be more since it's 06. I see one here that is bent funky. There's one up there. All right, so I found the 8D nail, which is, it should be 8D ring shank nail. So I'm just gonna use my tape measure and take a picture of it. All right, so with my trusty zircon metal scanner, I'm gonna scan the truss, and every time it beeps, I'm gonna make a little line, and that line is supposed to be where there is a nail set in the truss. All right, so that was pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do another one. You should do 3 in a row. 1, wait, start it over. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. So I didn't get one for more than that there. That's 12. Do you see the difference in the nail spacing? Look, so that one beeps this far apart, over 12 inches. So ask, the wind mitigation report asks what's the weakest form of roof deck attachment. And this, let me forget the zircon. This signifies the nails coming through the top of this. This is the roof deck into the truss. So there's a nail here, nail here, nail here, nail here, nail here, nail here. So that's the code, the 6-inch nailing. It's even 4 now, but then you see how far apart that one is? So that's the difference, and that's the one we're gonna go with because it asks for which is the weakest one. So I got the nail, we got the roof deck thickness, the roof nail length, and now the roof nail spacing. And I verified the roof to wall connection, but you couldn't see it because of your zoom. And now we're just gonna work our way back and kind of look for leaks and any sort of potential construction defects. It looks like it's a pretty good, well-built house, other than those straps that I saw. It doesn't seem active. It looks like they didn't use like the best nailing practices. All right, I think that's it. Or let's say this is the rafter, the wood rafter.
Yeah.
And this is the top of the wall.
Yeah.
The strap should come right out of the top of the wall and attach right to the rafter.
Okay.
With 3 nails. I heard your boy talking about 3 nails.
Yeah.
This one comes out of the wall about not 6 feet, like
8 inches.
more than 12 inches, and goes
All the way over.
and
down.
touches the rafter with 2 nails.
Okay.
So they offset the rafters. Like when you offset one rafter, then it multiplies by like 10 each one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's accessible, and if you want to call a company to retrofit them, that is very possible.
Okay.
Okay, this is Dennis with Florida Insurance Inspections, and we're just wrapping up our home inspection here, and we're about to go over the executive summary. Some of the deficiencies we noted were in the attic, the roof strapping. It was not mechanically attached correctly, and that's a structural issue that can be fixed at a relatively low cost, and doing so would lower the insurance costs significantly. Also, we noted there was hurricane shutters in the garage and hurricane impact rated door, but there's no hurricane shutter hardware attached in the whole house, which would cost like $300 at Home Depot and maybe a day and a half of labor for a handyman to install those things, and boom, you're saving $1,000 a year. The roof looked in good functional condition. I didn't see any leaks. We saw a couple thingamajiggies up there, stuff in the front, the rusted flashing, replaced that. You had like the whatever the damage was on the side over there, the peeling paint up top here, the window that was caulked in the back. I might replace that. Some of those windows are a little funky. I tested a couple of them, and some were funky, so I started to back off. One upstairs had different knobs, and I was like, nah. So you could, depending on what you want to do with that, you can either upgrade or just leave the windows alone. The sunken pavers around the pool, you can have a paver guy look at that, or just live with it. It doesn't seem like there's a sinkhole going on or anything like that. The pool structure was hard to see because of the cloudiness in the pool. So you'll have to have your pool guy check make sure it's got a balanced chemistry first. The pool heater didn't seem functional. The pool pump was functional, but not bonded to ground, and I didn't see a GFI over there. So I would have a pool guy come, take that stuff out, put a slab down, put the pump back down, put the filter back down, bolt it to the ground as it's required for hurricane code, and then wire it correctly and safely. Do you plan on having children?
I have one right there.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And
So
another one due in a week.
another one due in a week. Drowning deaths is the number one cause of for children under 5 in the United States. So barriers are an important thing. That's why that door swinging in is a big thing, and that's why like beeping doors, like having those little alarms.
Yeah, well, there's a whole alarm system in the house, camera system in the house.
Okay, good. And having it cloudy like that could be completely unacceptable, because if you're upstairs, you couldn't even see the drain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then the electrical panel, functional. It's been there since '88. Everything works correctly, but it's covered in spackle. So that's up to you how you address that. Okay? Any other questions?
Structurally, exterior of the home is in good shape.
Yeah, structurally it seems sound. It's got like a couple concrete walls and some wood frame walls. I think the second floor is wood frame, and the main walls and beams of the first floor are concrete. I don't have the plan, so I can't verify it, but I'm like going around tapping walls. Some are wood over here. The ones up there are wood. It's wood up there. So I can't give you a percentage. If your insurance company asks, it has to be more than 33% wood frame is considered masonry combustible. So that would be a third more to insure. So just keep that in mind. Okay. But structurally it seemed fine. The roof seemed structurally good. We walked up there, I didn't see any cracked tiles really, maybe just little hairlines, and it seemed solid all around. I was even jumping upstairs a little bit. It seemed solid. I was just letting him know that in the bathroom upstairs, since it is a wood subfloor, you're going to get bouncing, and then the grout starts to loosen, and then you get cracks in those tiles. So over a while, you'll get, instead of having 4 cracked tile, you'll have like 15 cracked tile. And that's just because it moves slowly over time. Hey, this is Dennis with Florida Insurance Inspections. Today we completed a full home inspection, a wind mitigation, a 4-point inspection, a citizen's roof certification inspection. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you learned a lot today in these videos, and we wish to bring you so many more in the future.